Hey guys, it's Dandy. Sorry it's been another week break. I think I'm gonna have to start going back to every other week just for now. Just because I got a new job recently, so I'm adjusting to that. I've gone a couple times to the new job, but I haven't like officially gotten into like the swing of things yet. But once I do that and everything kind of calms down, I hope to be back on a weekly schedule again. But for now, just for like the next few weeks or so, it might be every other week again. Sorry, I'm trying to get comfy. Also, apologies, my voice is gonna sound weird this morning because it is like 9 something in the morning and I literally just woke up, but if I don't record this now, then I'm not gonna get the chance to. Anyway, all that to say, I wanted to give you guys a tour of my sketchbook. It's not completely finished yet, but this is a video I've been wanting to do for a long time. There's not that many pages left, and I'll update you on those when I get that done. But for the most part, the sketchbook is done, and it's been a long time coming, and I'm excited to move on to something different. But yeah, so this is, I guess, like an A5 size. That's like the best way I know to describe it. This pocket's broken, and I just realized that. I hope I haven't lost anything out of that. I've got stickers all over it because that's, of course I do. I always have stickers on everything. The brand is, I actually don't remember. I think it's that one brand from Walmart, to be so honest with you. I started this sketchbook August of 2023, so it's been almost 2 years. There were big long stretches of time where I just did not have any motivation to draw at all, or I was mostly doing it digitally, and I ended up compromising with my digital art and putting that in here also. But there were just big long stretches of time where I just did not feel like drawing very much, unfortunately. But now that I've found joy in it again, I hope my next sketchbook I can feel a little more quickly. But you're gonna see the evolution of a lot of things in this book. So this is the first page. This is like a self-portrait thing that I did at the time. I colored this with alcohol markers, and yeah, at the very start you'll see that I was striving to make every page like as perfect as possible, which is never a good thing to do in a sketchbook. It's okay to have bad pages, and when you see a page paper clipped like this, it's not because I'm embarrassed because it's I'm embarrassed because it's a deeply personal page. So anytime you see this little coffin clip, that's why. I'm not showing it to you because I don't love you. I'm not showing it to you because I don't want people to see my deeply personal pages. This was my first set of paint markers, and this I think was colored with Tombows, believe it or not. This is watercolor. This I had done a couple months before I started this sketchbook, but I wanted to put it in here anyway. I have this really cool watercolor paper and I barely use it, and I need to fix that because I really love watercolors. It's just sitting down and actually like taking the time to do all that. Paint markers. This I had done with watercolors in another sketchbook, but I wanted to make a print of it, and I ended up putting it in here also. One thing I do a lot in this sketchbook is use colored pencils, just because I feel like with something like colored pencils, just like stuff, there's a lot less pressure there. And another thing you'll see a lot in the sketchbook is cut out pages like this, because I would doodle at work and just cut that out when I got home and slap it in here. And just doodle on some scrap paper. And this cool like texture is actually from the cash register drawer. Laying my paper on top of the cash register drawer. So I've got a lot of characters that I've made up, and I have a baseline of an overarching story, but it's not anything super set in stone. It's just like 6 characters I've had since I was a freshman in high school, so I draw them all the time. So you'll see them a lot too. I want you to know, I checked before I started recording, and I had almost 10 gigs of storage left. So I don't know why it just told me that my iPhone was out of storage, but anyway. So this is where I was coming up with some names for one of my characters. I ended up going with Connor. And this is what I end up doing for a lot of my digital like arts, like digital drawings that I want to put in here. I'll just print it off on a piece of sticker paper and slap it in. This is after a stretch of not drawing a lot. I kind of wanted to lay down some like traits and stuff for some of my characters, I guess. And here you can see very faintly that I have like head shapes and body shapes kind of sketched out. I don't know what the hell is going on with Nathan or why he's got a star head, but it kind of fits, not gonna lie. This is also when I started coloring with my mild liners. And this is a lot of fun, actually. And I really enjoy coloring with the mild liners because it just has a look to it that I really like, especially like the more desaturated ones. And if you know me, I really like the desaturated, like foggy look to things. So that was a lot of fun. This is where I was writing down some camera notes. Let's see. This is more mild liners, and I think it's between mild liners and also my Crayola super tips that I was coloring with here. This is Tombow marker. This is just some sketches, and I had done this little sketch of Tomura on my iPad, and I wanted to keep it, so I printed it out because I really like the way it looked. These are some clown guys that I doodled. He's actually, if you've seen my clown mood stickers for my journals and stuff, I mean my planners and stuff, this is who it is. It's this dude. I don't have names for these guys. I just ended up calling this dude fuck ass just because, I don't know, he looks like it. But they're fun to draw, and I love clowns. I love creepy clowns, but I also love cute clowns, so they're like best friends. Or, you know, more. Who knows? And this is also when I was practicing to draw some of the Transformers. They are so hard to draw. Transformers are so hard to draw. I love them to death. I don't draw them just because it's so hard. But these are two of my favorite characters. This is Tailgate and Cyclonus, and I love them. So this actually did a sketch here in the sketchbook, and then I scanned it and colored it digitally just because I was so scared of ruining the sketch. So I did everything else digitally, and then I printed that out and put it in here just because I'm paranoid like that. I don't want to mess it up. These are two of my characters. This is Vincent and Alana. They're the two I kind of draw the most just because I like them the most. And they're fun. I like them. He has gone through so many... I would like to do a video one day about the evolution of some of my original characters because this dude has gone through so much evolution, it's insane. Some cats. I didn't really have a plan for this. I just had my paint markers and I was bored, so I just started drawing blobs and it turned into cats. More Alana. This is Cassidy. And here's like the main four that I draw mostly. Vincent, Connor, Hope, and Alana. Yeah, I don't really have much else to say. This, I guess, was like a fantasy thing that I was going for with them. This is me and my wife in Stardew Valley. I love Haley to death. That's all I have to say about that. I love Haley. And this is my jellyfish drawings that I did with my paint markers. This was a lot of fun too. I love white gel pens, by the way. It's like one of my favorite inventions known to man. This was August 19th last year. So I was getting ready for Halloween. I was excited. More paint marker stuff. A lot of this book ended up being paint markers. Skulls, ghosties. These are also sticker sheets in my shop. Hint, hint, wink, wink. If you like these, I have them available as sticker sheets. I thought about doing these as like prints too, just like this. So let me know if you're interested in that. This was colored with mild liners and Tombow markers. And this is literally just like a blending marker. I took the marker that I outlined with and just blended out the shadows a little bit. Mahito. This is like one of my favorite things that I've drawn. You get a close-up of this one just because I like him. This was paint markers. This is Michael from the Magnus Archives on an index card. Vampire Girl, and these are just some sketches I did at work. There's going to be a lot of sticky note drawings as well on here, because sticky notes are always readily available. And that's something I like to draw on. If there's a page like this, it's just because this is colored pencil and I don't want it to like smear when I draw on top of it or like on the other side of it. This far into the sketchbook, I don't think it's a big deal, but I keep it here anyway just in case. More paint marker stuff. These shoes gave me hell, and I think they ended up turning out okay considering I don't like draw detailed shoes very often. That's something I'd really like to practice, but it just doesn't happen very often. These were from another sketchbook. So at this point I had two sketchbooks, this traveler's notebook one and this one, and I was kind of really tired of having two, so I ended up scanning a lot of these and putting them in here. Not all of those are in here. This is actually, if you guys like my shark stuff, this is the sketchbook that that stuff came to life in. So but yeah, this is Buddy. He's one of my well, actually, to be so real with you, he's my Build-A-Bear. When I was in 8th grade, I made a character based off my Build-A-Bear that I carried everywhere with me since I was 8. So this is him. Transformers, we got Starscream and Cliff Jumper. These are just some doodles. This is me and my best friend Bucky. Hi Bucky, if you're watching this, I love you. This was the sketch for that card I sent you that one time. This was the sketch before I digitized it. We've got Connors, and this was actually brainstorming because I wanted to do some Christmas stickers, but by the time I actually got around to it, Christmas was already past. But I still like some of these concepts, and I might use them this year because I like doing like spooky stuff. So like a spooky Christmas would be fun. These were also some doodles for some potential stickers. I wanted to do like an explorer thing, which is still on the list. I just haven't got around to it. And then like one of those reading tracker bookmarks. Those are just like some brainstorms I had though. More of my characters. This is when I got my new paint markers, so you'll see a lot of these again. This is Nathan, Connor, they're roommates. This is Vinny, Hope, and then I was doodling some animals because I don't do that very often and I wanted to get some practice in for that. This page came first, and then this page, because all of this was pink, I wanted to do blue on the other page. And I think it turned out pretty okay. I really like fish. I love drawing fish. They're so fun. And this is my ocean fisher lesbians. They don't have names. I'd never named them. I meant to get around to it and I never did. But anyway, she's like a fisher lady and she's a mermaid, and can I make it any more obvious? This is covered up just because I didn't draw her with a bra or anything on, and I don't know how YouTube's gonna take that, even if it is art, but her nippies are out, so. And then next time I drew her with like a kelp bra because, I don't know. There they are again. I love them. These were the designs for some bookmarks. I need to come back around to these two designs, but these two designs are bookmarks that I have in my shop if you guys wanted to check them out. I like colored them in my in Procreate and stuff, so they're not black and white, but yeah. This was after another stretch of not drawing a ton. I was trying to get back into it and not care too much about how it looked. The important thing here was that I was drawing. So not all of it looks great, but the important thing is that I was drawing again. And to emphasize that, I kind of just cut out a bunch of stuff and put it in here because if I kind of make it look sketchbooky, I don't care if it looks perfect quite as much, if that makes sense. This is from so where I work currently before I switched jobs, we would get like book catalogs and stuff. So I liked to go through those and like cut things out of them, like words and stuff. And this is like actually like a book cover. So I was trying to like recreate that kind of. And then just like a random green quick doodle of myself. This is when I was studying some lighthouses. I got a book about lighthouses at a used bookstore. And I really like lighthouses, so I just wanted to draw them. And these are all done with just like regular, they're like Tombos, but not. They're like shuttle art markers. Hang on. I got them for Christmas. They're just dual tip brush pens. They're not alcohol or anything. They're just regular markers. My mom got them for me for Christmas. Sorry, I need a sip of my drink. Hang on. We are drinking Lady Grey this morning. It's like one of my favorite teas. I thought about making a Earl Grey latte, but I ended up just going with straight Lady Grey. Little bit of sugar, not too much. And then I leave the bag in because, honestly, I like it when it gets more bitter. This is me with Mojito. No other explanation. I just wanted to draw him and myself together because I like him. This is a clown outfit idea that I had. And I don't know if it'll ever come to life because I can't find the exact patterns that the exact fabric patterns that I want. But if I were to ever make myself a clown costume, this is what it would look like. This is some red colored pencil sketches. Most of it is fish. There's like a few more things down here. I had some ideas for the shop. I thought about maybe doing like pride clowns for Pride Month, and here we are in Pride Month, and that has not come to fruition, unfortunately. I need to like get on myself about actually doing things. Here's Mojito, colored with paint markers. These I used different references for, but these were direct references from the show itself, and then also Wormhito was also a direct reference from the show itself. These were just like poses, and I just made them Mojito. It actually started out with this one, and I was like, you know what, I want to draw Mojito actually, and then everything else happened. I love him. He's like one of my favorite characters of all time. So this is when I did my dinosaur skeleton stickers and my shark stickers, kind of like an update with that, and then I just doodled some cat faces. No plan here, I just wanted to draw cats. More colored pencil drawings. This is just me and some things that I like, and then bears. This is when we had gone to Dahlonega and we went to a wildlife sanctuary, and I saw this bear and he was so cute, so I had to draw him. More of Connor. I also really like the look of just like ballpoint pen sketches. None of these had a pencil sketch. It's just straight pen, so they look a little wonky proportionally and stuff, but I just like the way they look in general overall. More. This was with just a Tombow marker. I just didn't know what to draw, so I started drawing some of my favorite things. Sorry if you can hear Zeus in the background. He's very loud right now. Buddy. Okay. More paint markers. I really have fun with these. Sticky note sketches, and these are some characters that I just came up with off the cuff. I was at work and bored, and I just drew a star, and I went, what if I gave it eyes? And then everything else followed. And then it culminated into this big sun guy. They don't have names either, but I drew them a few times. I really like them. Ignore these colors. This is horrible. I was just doing color. I was just drawing with what I had on hand. These are just the only Tombow colors that I had. His colors are pretty good. I like this like light yellow, but I don't. These two aren't working, so I'll have to figure out something else for them later. In this, I was actually painting the spine of my Kinbor book, my new one, and I accidentally poured way too much paint. And so I just made a tree, and then I covered this page with paint, and then I came back to it later, and then I did this with a white gel pen, and this is just like printed words, because Let Down by Radiohead is one of my favorite songs of all time, and I don't know, it came to me in a vision. This is a bunch of sticky note ballpoint pen doodles, just pasted into this one page. I just really have fun with this kind of thing. More colored pencil drawings here. No plan really, I just kind of went for it. When I draw, I really don't have a plan most of the time. I just kind of make a shape and then go from there. These are a little older, but I wanted to put them in the sketchbook. These are just some like different little ghosts. ballpoint pen, and then this page I wanted to draw something, but I didn't know what, and I didn't feel like putting like all my thought and energy into it, so I just made shapes, because sometimes it's fun to just draw shapes, and that's okay. You can just draw shapes, and after you draw your shapes and get all that out, then usually you get ideas for stuff. These are just ideas I had for like protect your local cryptid buttons. I didn't really flesh them out, they're very quick, but I think it would be fun, so this might get revisited. This is just Fogwater is like one of my like fictional locations that I've made up where all my characters live, so I just did like a quick doodle for like visitors brochure, and then like a monster that also lives there that I don't have a name for either. Most of my issue is naming things. I'm so bad at naming things. These are just some little ghosts that I doodled. This might end up being a sticker, I don't know. It's a little too bright for what I normally go for, but I think it's cute. I might end up changing the yellow to something else though, I don't know. This was also just some doodles. I just wanted to like do something, so I just made some eyeballs and then a freaky girl in the woods. Just practicing with like colors and depth and stuff. I didn't have a plan for her body, and I think you can tell. So she's got weird legs, but that's okay. And this is when I watched Star Wars. The last time I had seen Star Wars, I was like 5 or 6. And I've been wanting to watch it again, so we started watching them again, and so I had to draw them. I love Chewie. I love Darth Vader. I love Luke. I love Leia. I love Han. I love everybody. We finished the original trilogy a few days ago, and I'm excited to start on the prequels because, I mean, I remember a little bit of them. But I'm excited for Anakin and Darth Maul. I'm so excited. And this is actually, I started making stamps. I'm figuring it out slowly. It's kind of hard, but it's fun. My friend Georgia makes stamps, and she's so good at it. And I was inspired, so I found a little stamp carver tool and some accessories for like $5 at my local craft store, and so I started doing that. So I've got a few made, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. Maybe I'll make a video about that someday. I don't really have a lot of plans for it. I just am having fun with it for now. But yeah, so that is all of my sketchbook currently. These last pages will get filled up, but I just wanted to go ahead and give you a tour because I've been dying to for such a long time. I hope you enjoyed. Here's my back pages where all my test markings are. Extra paper. In here I've got like some ideas and paint swatches. My Game Grumps sticker and also my Bigfoot sticker. But yeah, it's been fun. I've got some stickers for my friends here at the front, and also just like cons and stuff. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this quick tour, and I will see you guys in the next video. I love you. Take care of yourselves. Bye!